Howdy! This is Jade and you're watching Resourceful Renovations, where I, a kid born in 2010, attempts to renovate this 1983 Winnebago Minnie Winnie that's 37 years older than I am, cheaply and resourcefully, because my bank account, it's not doing so hot. So today we're going to be going over what I've done so far and future projects for this old beast, and let's get into it. So a lot of you probably are asking how I, a little baby 2010er, got this 1983 Winnebago Minnie Winnie. So it all started about a year ago when my parents got divorced and they forgot about this lovely gal, and I had a crippling van life obsession. So I had been talking to them about van life, how I want to do it, living down by the river with a banjo. And my dad had mentioned that we had the Winnebago, and they had been in argument because they hadn't finalized like who got the Winnebago. One person wanted money for it, the other person said they didn't have money for it, all that jibber jabber, you know how it goes. And I was like, hey, so I really like vans and I really like the Winnebago. You could just like give it to me and it would solve all your problems. And they said yes. So now I got this old gal to take care of and fix up. It's got quite a few problems, like brakes are going out, there's mold in the ceilings, there's water damage. I just resealed the whole thing, like lots of windows have cracks in them and all that thing, because this guy's, what, like 46 years old or something crazy like that, and it still works, surprisingly. I'm charging up the battery right now. We just drove it across town.
Oh, yeah. We're rolling, copper.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
That's the most efficient windshield wiper fluid I think I've ever seen. At least you got a little strip. You going straight down? Oh, Lord. You're good. Oh. A little bit less than good. Not terrible. Yeah. And I am so excited to bring you guys along to get this renovation underway. So the things that I've done so far on the gal was about a year ago when I first got it. It was parked behind my dad's work, so I couldn't go to it all the time, especially because, you know, they work during school hours. So when I finally got out there, first step was deep cleaning, because it was in pretty rough shape when I got her. I have no idea what rages were being thrown in here, but they happened, and we got that all cleaned out. So you're gonna be able to see my beautiful cleaning montage, sadly filmed up and down. But, I mean, I was a little baby 14-year-old, so what can I expect? So, we'll cue the cleaning montage. So, this is 1986 Winnebago Minnie Winnie. It's honestly in mediocre condition. It's got the carpet, all that old wood, the sad flower wallpaper over the fridge, bunch of random crap in here. It's been kind of a little bit of a dumping ground, but I mean, it has good bones, it starts up. What more could you really ask from it? Clearing it out. It's the cleanest it's been in, like, since before I was born. Second dumping of the Winnebago. This was all the paper chips that they freaking dumped in. Here's my hand for reference. Oh, I missed a little bit. There we go. Back to the cleaning. Yay! Found one of the places that the mice were living, and it's a lot of corpses, and it's a little scary. I don't think I'm allowed to show it on here, but just start and I'm like, with all these like half-eaten corpses, I'm like, what if there's like a super mouse that just like jumps out at me? There's this big fold that, like in the carpet that looks kind of like a house, and I'm scared it's gonna like jump out at me. I know it's more scared of me than I'm pretty scared of it, but I'm sure it's more scared of me. But I'm like, I don't know. We got this. We got this. No pain, no game. Rawr. Been eradicated. There is one like skull, but it's like behind these two like things, and it's far enough back there. I'll just leave it. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a skull or like a piece of wood shaped like a skull, but it's on the bottom shelf. It doesn't matter. I am not sticking my hands in there. Could get rabies. Although I'm pretty sure all the rats in here have died off. Besides the one that me leaving this door open's gonna attract. I make the smartest decisions, you know. Peak brain cells right here. Peak brain cells. It's a couple hours later. That was a lot of disgusting work. My hands do not feel the same. Luckily though, we've had a really weird December this year. There's been like no snow. We had more snow in October. It's just kind of cold. It's like, I don't know, 55 Fahrenheit? I don't know. Around there. But there was lots of mouse nests I found. Had to freaking wipe out lots of cupboards. I just went around cleaning a bunch of crap, vacuuming. I was scared lots of the time that I was gonna get freaking attacked by mice, because there's so much mouse poop. I do not know what happened, but the amount of mouse poop, crazy. Found a few mice nests in the cupboards, because for some reason somebody thought it was a good idea to put carpet in a cupboard, and a piece of paper, which they shredded into little teeny bits, eating it. There was the plastic that was in the hallway, like by the dinette. It was emergency food, first aid emergency food, because we had this thing pretty much fully emptied of food, and they had eaten through the plastic, shredded the plastic, the outer plastic, the inner plastic, and got to that little bit of block food. It was nasty. But probably the most nasty part was the shower. I just did a little bit of the trying not to smell it vacuuming, opened up the window in there. Godspeed to that bathroom. Not excited for cleaning out that. Let's just say that. But phase 1 is completed. Now, here is the grand tour of the clean before I make some interesting decisions that hopefully I like. Now, the other thing that I've done on this gal is I just barely, a little bit ago, resealed the entire roof, coated it in this latex paint that we luckily had kicking around the garage in our moves from the first time this thing was sealed, because my dad just bought some more, which is great because the paint was really good and it's about $100 a gallon. So I repainted and resealed the entire roof. Sadly, I lost my phone the week I was doing it. I was at church and the church bench swallowed it. Probably could sense my sins if I'm gonna be honest, and was like, ain't no way. So I resealed everything. There was a hole above the bed from where the satellite was and like the wires and stuff for that. It had been patched, but it had been 16 years, older than me, since it had been patched, and the wood patch just turned to wood chips, and you could see light through the pool noodle that was blocking it. I have a short form video about that if you guys want to check out how I patched it in more detail. I also decided, against my dad's thoughts, that I wanted to get out the old AC unit that could only work occasionally when it was plugged into shore power, and put a nice, beautiful plexiglass sheet in instead. So now I have a skylight, which means I think it'll save him electricity in the long run, because I am plugged into the house, because I'm a leech. I'm a moocher. You'll come to find this very much. I'm like, hey dad, can I use your tool? And it works. I don't know how it works. It works apparently. So I got the skylight, which does have the downside of I tried to take a nap in here before, like early morning when I was going to the office with them to work on it, and ooh, baby, is it bright when you're trying to sleep. But the next project I have lined up is to cut out the water damage above the bed and above the door, the two biggest, nastiest spots, and let that breathe for a little bit, and then put some tea tree oil and seal it all back up so that I can get rid of this mattress and start sleeping in here, because we gotta get out of the house. Moving out at 15, about 10 feet from the house. So that's what we've done so far, and that's what like the closest project we're doing so far is. So me and Copper are gonna be renovating this gal, and hopefully I don't mess up everything. Also, disclaimer, I am nowhere near a professional at anything. So I am going to be doing some less than appropriate things with the tools I got, since I don't have much money to buy proper equipment. So I am not somebody you should be taking too much advice from. I have tidbits of knowledge occasionally. I know you plug in the red one before the black one when jump starting something, but if you want fire safety advice, I ain't your gal. So, drop a follow, subscribe if you want to be along for this probably pretty long adventure of renovating my 1983 Winnebago Minnie Winnie. I see a lot of old guys doing this, not a lot of young folk. Young whippersnappers, if you will. So, we're gonna get to cleaning and then to cutting. We'll update you on how that goes. The roofs on these things I have sort of a vendetta against, because there's some wallpaper that has been ripped off and I had to rip it off. It is not fun. But we will continue for the good of my college moving out. I want to chill in this thing, play my banjo down by the river. I do not have a driver's license or a banjo, but a girl can dream. A girl can dream.